certainly glad. All right, sorry about that. Getting into my office, getting into my office as we speak. So that's all part of the wild and wonderful world of radio. You never know what just may come up on you.
We don't want to ignore our other guests, Miss Susan.
Hi.
And the beautiful children.
Hey.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good. Good. We're almost done with school. I'm sad.
All right, so I believe we are here today to kind of just talk a little bit about what we do here at KLEK and also to answer any questions that you may have. So I'll go ahead and kick it off by starting by telling a little bit about myself. So my name is Leganzi Kell. I am the founder and general manager of KLEK 102.5 FM. It is the first and only radio station in Jonesboro that is owned by people of color. We launched January 1st of 2015. We broadcast all over the city of Jonesboro. We also stream online like we're streaming right now. We have an app in which you can download in your app store. We broadcast on our website, but we're also very involved in the community. In fact, that's where I was doing before I came here. I've actually just picked up like a van full of toys in which we're going to be giving away for our Juneteenth community event next month. So be looking out for more details about that. You get an opportunity to get some free toys, but that's just kind of an example of some of the community stuff we do. As far as like our music, we do R&B and soul music. We also do gospel, blues, jazz, and classic hip hop. We do educational programming such as our Black History Moment, our Learn Spanish Minute. We have our health segment. We have segments on financial empowerment, and women's empowerment, and so much more. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit station. So the way that we actually generate revenue is we, instead of having advertisers like a traditional radio station, we have business sponsors and we have individual donors as well. And we are pretty much a volunteer staff. We do this for the love of community because we want to make this community a better place. So that's about a little brief introduction. I'll let Quabila kind of tell a little bit about herself and what she does with the station.
Okay, hi. So my name is Quabila Jones, and I host the morning show, which is called Community Conversations. And I talk to a variety of people in the community, anywhere from nonprofit leaders to volunteers to government officials. And even when it's election time, we get to talk to people who are running for office so they can tell their platform and hopefully get your vote where your parents vote for the kids. And then we also get to talk to wonderful people like the teachers and counselors and educators who keep our city going and keep us up to date on what information is available. We talk to health professionals. So we provide a variety of information for the community through this talk show. And aside from this, I help to plan different community events. I try to stay active as I can in the community. So yeah, that's a little bit of what I do, on top of being a full-time graduate student as well. Do we have any questions from the kids?
Started.
Can you repeat that for the teacher?
She said, how did you feel when you first started?
Me or
well, I'll take that question. So to be honest with you, I was really nervous because this was complete uncharted territory for me. I didn't know how the community would react to it. Was this even something the community truly wanted? I mean, yes, there was not a radio station in town that catered to people of color, but just because it wasn't there didn't necessarily mean that people were ready for it. But I just had to take a leap of faith and go for it. And thankfully, the station has been positively received, and the community, and we get a lot of love and we get a lot of support in the community. So, we're just thankful for that.
What did you do before you started the radio station?
Well, I kind of did a little bit of everything. I had a DJ business, I had a photography business. I was even a school teacher for a few years. I taught on the junior high and high school level, radio, TV broadcasting, and computer science. So I've kind of done quite a few things before actually getting into broadcasting.
What skills do you have to require for that job?
What skills do you have to require for that job?
Well, you need to be able, have reading and writing skills, and also being able to operate a computer, because everything now is computer based. It's not like in the older days of radio where you played CDs or cassettes or records. Everything has to be programmed in the computer, and there's much more to a radio station than just what you actually hear over the air. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes with production, getting the things ready to go on air, and again, meeting with sponsors, telling them about the station, trying to get them to support. And of course, with us being a non-commercial, nonprofit station, working with donors, staying on track of donors, and just the business end as well. So I would also say, have a basic knowledge of business. So knowledge of business, knowledge of computers, reading and writing skills. And of course, most important of all, have people skills, because you are out and about, you're interacting with the public, kind of like what we're doing right now. You have to be able to talk with people and feel comfortable being around people.
Thank you very much. The people skills, we're really trying to focus a lot on that this year. And could you also explain to us what nonprofit is?
Sure. I'm moving my camera, by the way, so my video turned off. Well, the first thing I wanted to dispel the myths when it comes to nonprofit organizations. A lot of people, when they hear nonprofit, they think no money, and that is not true. I always say the utility companies will cut your lights off and cut your water off on a nonprofit just as quick as they would a for-profit. What nonprofit basically means is whatever excess money that you have after you make your expenses, you're either supposed to give it away or reinvest it back into your organization. It's not for individuals to line their pockets with. But like I said, you still have to come up with money. Just like if you had a for-profit business, you have to sell stuff. With nonprofit, where you're kind of selling as well, but instead of selling a tangible good, you're selling a mission, in which our mission is to educate, entertain, and empower. So we have to technically sell that, sell how we educate, sell how we empower, sell how we entertain the community. And our donors or our sponsors, they are quote unquote the buyers. They're not buying a product, they're buying into a vision, they're buying into a mission. And if you're not successful in doing that, you're not going to raise funds, and you're going to go under, just like a for-profit business.
Can I jump in real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, so, well, first I want to say good morning to the people that are watching on Facebook. So I want to ask the kids, how many of you all like to talk? There's so many aspects to radio, but how many of you like to talk? Because there's a lot of talking involved in radio.
Yes, I
You
have
like to
some
talk?
that I really like to talk.
Okay, so some of you, do you like to talk on the spot? Like just come up with something on the top of your head? Or do you like to have a script and have it all ready to go and practice it? Who can talk off the top of their head?
Now, this is one opportunity you get to talk where you won't get in trouble. So don't be afraid. This is your chance. Principal Dr. Greer's not going to come in and get you on this one.
So who wants to give a try of, say you're the DJ for the moment and you have to introduce a song. Who wants to give it a try?
Oh. Like if you were the DJ and you know how they introduce a song on the radio, who wants to give that a try?
Who has a cool DJ name?
Oh, now you want to try? Come here, Bruno. Come up closer to the
Oh, no, I'm Gucci.
Are you gonna do something by Gucci? What song we're doing? What song we're doing?
He said, hey, you want to do something about Gucci? What song we doing?
You want me to give you an example? Well, the Gansey is the actual DJ, so
He named the artist. So what song? What song are we doing? What song we're doing?
You do an example.
What's your
give
favorite
you an
song?
example.
What's your favorite? No, whatever your favorite song is, we're gonna do that. What's your favorite song?
What's your favorite song?
What'd you
She's
say?
afraid to say something inappropriate.
Oh,
What's your favorite slow song? R&B song.
Huh?
Oh, break every chain.
Okay, well, we do gospel. That'll work right there. That'll work. We do gospel. Okay, so go ahead and bring us in. Tell us about you're going to play this Break Every Chain next.
you're the DJ. I think they want you to give an example of how to do it.
Oh, you need me to give the example to them?
Yeah, we need an example.
Okay, so basically, if you're going to introduce the song, so you come in as like KLEK 102.5 FM. You are listening to All Gospel Wednesday. And this next one we're going to do right here, this is Break Every Chain. I just want to send it out to everyone out there that is going through something today that feels like they're shackled in life, where you too can break every chain. Just lift your head to the sky, give it to the Lord, and he will take care of you. You listen to KLEK 102.5 FM. So basically, you just kind of talk about the song, and you can kind of ad lib and say a little something to entertain the listeners. You can, you can ultimately have fun with it. So anybody want to try it?
We have one that wants to try.
Oh.
We're not on video, so you'll just have to hear the audio.
That's fine.
We're having to use the desktop, and we don't have a camera on it. Hey, take your mask off, and you gotta say it loud so that you get up closer. So we can say.
Welcome to KLE. Oh, got it. How you guys
You're doing good. You're doing good.
How you guys doing? Today we're gonna be listening to some music called Sure Thing. If you're feeling a little weird today, hope that you get a good start this morning, and hope you, if you got work, hope you just start better. And all the people that's on Facebook watching this, I hope y'all have a great day. And I hope
Yay!
I don't know. And here's the song Sure Thing by I forgot the name. Magu something. Magu, yeah.
Give him a round of applause.
Oh,
Oh, hey, look, we got a special guest joining us. We've got the mayor. We got the mayor, y'all. We just had the mayor on the radio not too long ago.
Very good, babies. Very good.
What's that?
Hey, so
that was Amari White.
Oh, great job, Amari.
Yeah, she did great.
Amari, we may have to bring you on board here.
That's right.
Mayor, you missed it. You missed one of our young future DJs.
Oh no, you got to be kidding me.
Hey, do it one more time for the mayor.
All right, come here, Maury. She's coming back. Miss Haynes, can you let us in on the other device?
Oh, that would have to be Mr. Kale or Miss Jones, because I'm not running this meeting.
Okay, Mr. Kell or Mr. Jones, do you see another invite for Tamara Britt? There we go.
Okay, yeah, I see her. Okay.
That way we could maybe do. Try.
Okay, if we got two Tamara Britts going, I think we want to back. So I guess, all right, there we go. All right, so are we ready?
I don't know if they can see it. Can y'all see us?
Still can't see it.
I can. There we go.
No, that's a wrong class.
I can't see. Are you doing it on a phone or a computer? Computer.
Children.
I don't know. But just go ahead. Let's just, because we want to make sure that we get to other questions. So let's just go ahead and do the audio part. I think we lost them. Okay, we'll come back to that. Do any other students have any questions?
We got 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we were muted and we didn't know it.
Okay, well, we got 2 minutes left in this segment. So if she's ready, let's go ahead and get that introduction. We can use that to close out this segment. Then we'll come back.
Okay, go.
Welcome to KLEK. Today we're gonna be listening to some shit thing by My Blue, and if you feeling weird today, hope that you feel better, and if you have work today, hope that work go good, and anybody that's watching on Facebook, hope that you're doing great and you have a nice day, and that's it.
All right, yay.
Mayor, how does it make you feel? This is the youth of Jonesboro.
Legansy, move over. Legansy, move over. That's
Oh.
it. You lost your job. There's your replacement.
Hey, he can have it. He can absolutely have it. I will gladly step aside. But great job. Let's once again give him a round of applause. How much time do we have left in this segment, Q?
All right, so we're hitting our break, so we got about 45 seconds.
All right, so once again,
But we'll still be live on Facebook.
okay, yeah. So for those listening on the radio, we're gonna get ready to go to break. We are actually live on via Zoom, also live on air at Jonesboro Math and Science School. Shout out to everyone out there. And we also have Mayor Harold Copenhaver on the call. All right, everybody in the classroom, I want you to make some noise, get as loud as you can, and go. I want y'all to scream. All right, y'all, we'll be back. We'll be back on the other side of the break. The conversation does continue on Facebook Live. We'll be back on the radio in just a few moments.
All right.
I'm telling you, kids, you don't have to be afraid. This is fun time.
So we're still live on Facebook. So want to give a shout out to Derek Coleman, to Kia Price. Thank you. Thank you all very much. And so this is what it's all about. It's about having fun. Mary, did you have a message for the kids?
Oh, I can't wait. And I enjoyed last Friday visiting with the 5th grade class as well. And so I'm looking forward to the 4th grade this morning. We got to get everybody woken up though.
Harold, you recognize me?
I do.
Yeah.
We're trying to get them hyped up for you, Mayor.
That's good. I need that on a Monday morning.
All right, so again, we want to make sure that we get to everyone's questions. Does any other student have any other questions about KLEK, radio, media, or anything of that nature?
A question. What is going on the radio right now while y'all are taking
Right now,
a
we
break?
are in a break. If we were a commercial station, this would be a commercial break. But instead of commercials, these are our sponsors, which we call our underwriters. So these are messages from our sponsors, kind of just telling them about what they do. So I always tell people, when you hear one of our sponsors on the radio, let them know that you heard them on KLEK, because that keeps them wanting to sponsor us, and that keeps them on the air for. Mayor Copenhaver has been a past sponsor in his previous role with Centennial Bank. So
That's right.
He already knows the value of supporting KLEK, but that's what's going on right now. And some people actually don't realize this, but we actually do broadcast 24/7. Kind of mentioned going back to the skills. So because everything is run by the computer runs 24/7. If there's a DJ that's live, just like Quabila and I, we're interacting with the computer, but even when there's not a DJ in the studio, the computer will still play the music and the underwriting announcements. But again, it didn't let you just turn it on and it happens. A lot goes into programming and putting the data in so that the computer knows what to play and when to play it.
We have a question. Are there days where you feel defeated in your career?
Absolutely. There are hard times with life, but Michael Jordan said, I I either win or I learn. So I try to take that philosophy. So even when times are down, what can I learn from it to do better? But when you do what you truly love doing, that'll help keep you through, because it won't really feel like work. It really feels like you're operating in your purpose. But yes, we've had down times. There have been times I didn't know how I was going to keep the lights on, or if something break down. Like one time our tower got hit by lightning and we were only broadcasting at 3 watts. We could barely be heard down the street. But we just keep our faith in God, and we just keep going, and we overcome the challenges.
Thank you.
Any others, kids? How much time we got before we come back? Q.
Question. Can you ask them how they feel after when they start getting used to it?
I'm sorry, we're actually back on.
Okay. So all right. Well, once again, this is KLEK 102.5 FM, and we are back broadcasting live from Jonesboro Math and Science School, and we are just been having such a great time with the kids today, answering their questions. We also got Mayor Harold Copenhaver on as well, and we had a question from a student, so go ahead.
How did you feel when you started getting used to your job?
Well, every day is a new day in the mayor's job. So it's all how we handle it from day by day. And that's what Mr. Kale just spoke about. When you're in the role that we are in, when you run a business or you run a city business, you have to be prepared. And so you rely on the people that you work with. Okay. And I see all of y'all there. Hey, let me go back to what I talked about on Friday, and I'll just let you know a little bit about my background. So I was here in 1970. I was born at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Okay. And I went to what is South School. Do y'all know where South School is? Anybody know where South School is? You know what? It's called a different school now.
Yeah, it's called Health and Wellness now.
Health and Wellness. So I went there. I had a teacher. Her name was Miss Llewellyn. Anybody know the Llewellyn family in town? So she was my homeroom teacher. And so anyhow, I went to South School. Then I went to Annie Camp. Who's going to be going to Annie Camp? Anybody going to Annie Camp in that room? You probably will be. But that's where I went to junior high. And then I went to Jonesboro High School, and I was involved in a lot of other curricular activities in Jonesboro High School. So I played the trumpet in the band, and I sang in the choir. I also did acting on stage. They call them thespians. I was involved in many clubs, and that's what I would like to see all of y'all do, is get involved, okay? It's always good to ask questions. It's always good to find out about what your community is doing. And so I got involved at a young age, and in doing so, that provided me the opportunity to meet a lot of people, just a lot of people in the community, like Mr. Kale and Miss Q and all over the community. And so in doing so, I had a calling in my heart. What I enjoy doing is public service. Okay. So policemen, they do a public service. Firemen do a public service. We have guys that pick up your trash at your home. They're called sanitation department. They have a public calling to help y'all and do their role. So everybody loves what they're doing in our community, but we're all helping each other out in doing that. So as I went on, then I got involved in politics. I got involved because of a state legislator, and he was actually went on to be a 30-year senator. His name was Jerry Bookout. So he involved me about the age that you're at in the process of politics. And so I was fortunate that Jonesboro, part of Jonesboro, elected me to go to the state capitol. Do y'all know where the state capitol is?
Yes.
Where is it? Where is it?
Little Rock.
That's correct. It's in Little Rock. So I was elected to represent a part of Jonesboro in Little Rock, okay? There are 100 representatives. There are 100 representatives and 35 senators. And so we all vote on bills that help you through school and find funding for everybody for the schools to be open. So I was a big advocate for your public schools, the ones that you're attending right now. So we want to take care of our public school educators and administration, so you know that next year you'll have a school to come back to. But I want each and every one of you, the students, to understand the importance of what your teachers are doing for you on a daily basis. So tell them thank you. Can you do that today? Tell them thank you and give them a hug for what they do. You bet, because that goes unappreciated a lot of times. So they're with you all the time, and they want to support you and do what you're proud of doing and moving you on forward in our community. So we want to get you involved in the community. So I went on into banking after I was in the legislature. I was there at your school. We used to do the after school program. Remember Centennial Bank? We'd come in and do the after school program. So many of you, we were to educate you on finance and saving for the future and what it means to have what a quarter can mean and what 50 cents means and saving your dollars. So as we went on, then I ran for mayor. And so mayor, does anybody know what mayor does? Anybody got an idea?
It's an elected position. And be elected.
That's right. You have to be elected by the majority of the people in Jonesboro. So that is going to be about 80,000 people. We're having a new census come in. So we're going to be about 80,000 people. So we're not a small community anymore. We're a large city. So we are number 4 in the state of Arkansas as far as size goes for a city. So again, we're continually growing. And with you, I want to involve you, the students, and I want you to be involved in what we're doing. I'm going to come to your classrooms. I want to come to your graduations, because it's important that you see that we support what you're doing. And I want to get you involved in Jonesboro. So that's a little bit about me. At the city, I'm very fortunate to work with about 600 employees. So that includes all the police and fire, sanitation. We have an engineering department. We have a planning department. So when somebody wants to build a house, they can't just say they want to build a house. They have to provide the city their plans and what they're going to do with it, how it's going to be built, when it's going to be built. And so there are a lot of things that we have to go through in that process. So anyway, yes, go ahead, Leganzi.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to give an example of that. So when we built our new tower here at KLEK, just like he said, I had to go to the city. I had to present the plans from the people that were going to build the tower. I had to inspect the plans, make sure that the tower would be safe. I'm going to have to present my permit from the FCC and from the FAA. And then so they looked over all of my materials. Their engineers looked over it just to make sure that, again, everything was safe and proper. And then they approved it. Then once I got that approval, I paid a fee, and then I was able to build the tower. So that was just an example of what the mayor was talking about.
And thank you for doing that. And because what that does is, as Mr. Glanzy said earlier, it's about partnerships in the community. So it's really important for the community to work together. So as we continue to work together, the community grows. But we can offer, many of you, I know, how many of y'all in the room, raise your hand, that go to a park or playground or play basketball in one of our centers in the community? Okay. So all those parks, they're run and operated by the city. And so it is our job to make sure they're maintained so you can have a safe playground to go play at. So I want to open up the floor to y'all like I did the fifth grade. I want you to ask questions. Ask questions to me about my job, maybe about different things that you would like to be a part of. And I've also started to let y'all know, as you progress in your education, I've started a youth council, advisory council, and that consists of 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. And we have 49 in the inaugural class. So that is from Nettleton, Valley View, Westside, homeschool, and private schools in Jonesboro. So you can attend that class as well in the future as you get into 10th grade. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. So open up the floor for questions.
How's it like being the mayor? Because the first time I asked you this question at church, I never got an answer.
Oh, I always answered you. No, being mayor, it is wonderful. It's a dream come true, but it's a privilege. But you have to be humbled at the same boat, because the people put you there because they know that want to trust you. And so being mayor is a privilege and it's an honor, but it's more important. Being mayor, you have to run a business. I have a $65 million budget. That's a pretty big budget, isn't it? So we have to make sure that it operates smoothly and that we are doing everything we can for the citizens like yourselves, your mom and dad, grandparents, your aunts and uncles. We want to provide the best services we can to where it doesn't cost a whole lot of money in the community to live. Yes, sir.
Hey, you got a question?
How did you feel when you first started being the mayor?
Well, I tell you what, you don't know what to expect until you sit in that chair. And even to this day, new things are cropping up every day. But you know, it's really exciting. It's important that you make good friends and relationships in whatever you do. And I had many relationships before I became mayor, and now I've been able to lean on those relationships for good judgment, for decisions that I might need to make. And so becoming mayor, there's just many facets of the job. So I have employees, I have a business to run, I have to grow the community. We need to partner together as KLEK does so well with our community. We come together as a group. And when we do that, then the city of Jonesboro is just going to get that much broader, and we can provide more quality of life opportunities for our citizens.
Can you guys hear us?
I can hear you, but can't see you.
Okay, we have to supplement it. We can either do one or the other. We can't do both, but we have a question for you.
Absolutely.
Is the process of becoming mayor hard?
Good question. So the process, it took me years to gather experience. So while serving in the legislature, I became educated. And again, this is about how key education is. It's key that y'all learn while you're in school. So I learned while I was in the state legislature. I learned from being a banker on how to construct banking and take care of business that needed to be done at a very high level. And then when I ran for mayor, what you have to do, you have to ask your family, because it's a big sacrifice for my family, for me to be mayor, because basically it is a 24/7 job and you are at the fingertips of all the citizens in the community. And so when I decided to run, I had to have the support of my family and very close family members. And in doing so, then I turned around and then involved the community, those who wanted to participate in my campaign. So I had to run a campaign. I had to go, we knocked on very few doors because of COVID. We had to change things. So social media, like we're doing now, became a big part of it. It's all how we had to communicate. At KLEK, we went on his news station so we could present our ideas and present who we were so the community could see then who they wanted to vote for. And again, so it's a lot of work building up to that. You have to put out yard signs. You have to put out signs, and I put those out. I don't have somebody else do them. I did it myself. And so it's an organized function to get to be elected. And thankfully, we were elected by the majority of the people in Jonesboro, and we have moved on and we're advancing Jonesboro. We got a lot of exciting announcements that we're going to be making. A lot of them are going to be involving you, and y'all are going to be the benefactors of much of this.
All right, Mayor, I'm going to jump in right now. We are nearing the end of our broadcast, and we definitely want to thank everyone that is tuning in. We've certainly had a great time. Did anyone have any final questions for Q or I before we got off the radio? And then we'll hand it back over to the mayor.
Did you have to go to college?
I did attend Arkansas State. I did get a degree in radio, TV broadcasting, and I also got experience at several radio stations, including KASU here in Jonesboro, KCLT in Helena, West Helena, Arkansas, KAKJ, Marianna, Forest City, Arkansas, WNEV in Friars Point, Mississippi. So yes, I did get education as well as experience.
We had one more question for the mayor. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, before we get to that question, do you want me to hand off the hosting duties to you, I guess, Tamara, or to Cassie? And because Kabila and I, we're going to go ahead and get off.
Yeah, that'll be fine. If you want to just hand it over to me and we can wrap up with the mayor here in a few minutes.
Okay, well, okay, let me switch this other screen. So Cassie, I'm going to make you the host. All right, and so I think so. Let me stop this. See if I can stop this live stream.